Hello, this is Statler. I'm back for my second essay reading, so to speak. Last week was the introduction. I have since, I've recently underwent a fairly major transition for my life. This week was the first week of a new job. Several aspects of that transition have been difficult. I have new people to talk to, a new team that hasn't experienced the value that I can add. A few snags from my previous job, a new schedule that's been a little bit more demanding on my brain and body than I expected, but particularly since most of the last month has been spent on vacation. Um, all of these kind of roll together into a fear that perhaps I made a poor decision that I can't reverse. That fear then spirals into worse thoughts, right? If this was a poor decision, then I left people behind at my old job who needed me more than this team does, so I'm mismanaging my effort, mismanaging my time. If this was a poor decision, that means that, poor example for my daughter, I'm letting my wife down, etc. All those fears culminate into an insecurity about this decision that I made and whether or not it was a good decision, um, and questioning my judgment and all those types of fears. Yay for transitions. To get to the bottom of the fear, I wrote out each problem that I've had with the transition with a fair amount of detail. What exactly I was worried about, what exactly is rubbing me the wrong way at the new job, what exactly I'm disappointed in, the precise snags from my old job, and why that's bothering me, etc. After writing down all that detail, so it's not just in my head, I wrote down then what I could do to remedy each of those issues. Frustratingly, the answer for most of them was to wait. Time will take care of it. I know that I add value to teams. Um, they'll know that too after some time. I know that I can meet new people, form new relationships, and that will be shown in the next couple of months after I do actually form those relationships. I've adapted to new schedules before. It just takes time. So then I'm left with, what do I do in the meantime? What do I do about this uncertainty that my decision has made me a worse father, a worse husband? It's forever limited my career prospects. What do I do about that ambiguity and uncertainty that I feel regarding those problems? There's nothing to do. Nothing can be done. Nothing but sit in the discomfort and the uncertainty. Now, don't get me wrong. I can and I will do whatever I can to speed it up. Of course, I can work hard to prove my worth. I can go out and talk to people. I can go meet people in the office. I can make sure that the job at this time is saving me is spent making my wife and my daughter's lives better. With everything that I can do, though, time is always a factor. Earning people's respect requires repeated performance, not just a one-time thing, and then they trust me. They trust me for the rest of time. Building relationships with coworkers requires consistent positive interactions showing up on a daily basis. Forming new habits can't be done in a day because the definition of a habit is more than a day. And if I try and go too fast without resting, I'll only burn the candle faster and jeopardize everything else. So this reflection has brought to mind lessons from the body, kind of our physical interaction with the world that apply to just about everything else. When the body is put under stress, it doesn't heal immediately, right? If you get cut, contrary to some of the sci-fi or magic movies or books, when you get cut, it doesn't heal immediately. What can you do? You can press the sides of the wound together. You can add a bandage to protect it from external infection. You can add disinfectant to disinfect it and clean it. With everything that you can do, you can't force the cells to knit themselves back together any quicker. All you can do is create an environment where the body will not have any impediments to healing, and then wait for the natural process to run its course. that's what I'm feeling right now, where this transition it's separated me from my old jobs, right? It's almost as if I am a new organ put into a body that hopefully will not reject me. Um, I can't force the teams to accept who I am, especially immediately, right? Um, Using the analogy of the organ, right? I need to be a kind of organ that does its best to collaborate with the other organs in the body. Um, Maybe change the way I do a few things, but for sure, if I isolate myself and push everybody away, it's never going to happen. I need to be there in the discomfort consistently over time, and I can't make that go any quicker. Um, if I prevent it happening, it's just not going. If I keep myself apart from people, it's just not going to happen. Um, but even with everything that I can do, it will still take time, and that's frankly that's a lesson that I learned, or that I articulated during my first year or so in my past job, where first job out of college, right? It felt like it was taking forever to get promoted, to get people to notice me. Like I know the value that I add, but it felt like it was taking forever for the company to add that to realize that value. Um, I'm in that spot again, where I know the value add that I can add. There's one member of the team that was with me at my old company that knows the value I can add. But with everybody else, it's going to take time. All I can do is create the environment where relationships will flourish naturally. I can put myself in proximity to others and invite a relationship by initiating dialogue. I can nurture the budding relationships with kindness, um, with consistency, with dedication, showing that they can trust me. I can't force the relationships to grow. I can't force myself to feel welcome. Um, can't force my team to trust me. I can't force my body and mind to adapt to the new schedule quicker than is naturally possible. Um, like Master Oogway says, I cannot make a tree blossom when it suits me, or make it bear fruit before its time. Now, I'm sure this exercise in patience will unearth additional valuable insights that will help me throughout my career. I'm gaining experience. I'm learning patience by being forced to wait and rest. In fact, thinking about all the process that I went through to list out everything, it is entirely possible that this whole thought process, um, this whole time, has been an attempt to give my suffering meaning. It takes the edge off, um, without any other value. But it has taken the edge off. I felt a lot better. In the end, though, time cures all wounds, but being wounded still sucks. So, thanks for uh, thanks for being patient with me. Yeah, see you next week with a new essay.